Hello guys, YGgaming here, and yes, we are doing a bit of algebra, but before I start getting like, oh no, algebra, so scary, it actually is not all that scary at all. My mother told me that, and by the way, thank you, Maka.
You're welcome.
Today, we're going to be doing simultaneous linear equations. And there are three methods to do this. But for today's video, we are going to be doing this method called substitution. Substitution, it means to replace, right? So you see all those are just one y's I am circling right now, right? Wabang and wabang here. Actually, for either one of them, I could replace it. Since there one y, I could replace this y with this thing, or this y with this. But I'm going to be replacing this y with this. So let me just erase that, like erase or put a label over it. I'm just going to be erasing it. And we replace it or substitute it. You know what I mean? With 6x plus x plus 7, but no equals y. Just regular all of that. And here's the catch. And here's the catch. Before I start getting like, oh, all we have to do is just multiply, is just to add this with this and this with this. No, we're not doing that. We need everything to be as organized as possible. It is like your mother and a very messy house that you made a mess with. Because if you made a really messy house and your mother finds out, then she'll be like, hey, clean up the house right now. You need to organize it. So that's what we're doing. It's kind of messy. So for the first line, we don't do anything. Like, we just copy it. 6x plus 7 equals y. Like as if nothing had happened. So we just copy it. So, and now let's just see, 8x, but now I'm starting to see that maybe there's a question in your head that well, if you want it to be organized, that the x's have to be on one side of the equals and regular numbers on the other. How are we gonna do that? Actually, there's a good way to do it. But before we get to that, there's something I have to let you know. Do you see a plus in front of that 7? It means it is a positive. A positive is like, yes, they're like positive and negative numbers. And actually, this 7 is a positive. This 1 is a positive. If it has nothing or a plus in front of it, then it is a positive. If it has a minus sign, then it means it is a negative number. So when we move it, we have to change it to a negative. So it's like, how to say it? Organize, yeah. When we move it, it turns into a negative number. So, I mean, instead of putting a plus 6x, we put a minus 6x. 6x. And then, as you probably could have guessed, the same goes for the other one. We have a regular old plain 7. Actually, we have the same thing with that regular number. Instead of putting a plus, we get a negative. So, minus 1. And then do that line that shows that these two lines are connected. Alright, so now as you can guess again, we copy the first line as nothing, as usual, as nothing happened. 7 equals y. and at that moment we get 8x minus 6 is 2x. Is 2x x, and then equals, and then that equals 7 minus 1, which equals 6. And then draw that little line here. And before you start getting like, oh, we're done. Actually, here's the weird thing. These two numbers, those two, that x and that 2 right here, actually aren't quite together. It is kind of hidden, but actually, like you have to separate them before you're done with that part. So we just do like that. The 6x like nothing ever happened, plus 7 equals y. Oops, equals y. And here's the thing: x times, so it's not an xx, x times 2, and wait, what is the opposite of multiplication? Division. So it's practically the same thing with multiplication and division, like with the plus and minus we did a bit earlier. So 2 divided by 2, and then cross them over, because then it's like they're teleported out of here. We are kicking them all the way to the other side of the equals, because that is only for x's. And then that equals 6 divided by 2. Okay. And then that line that connects them. And 8x plus 7 equals y, and x equals, oops, I forgot that part. 8 and x equals 2, and 8 equals 3. And before you're starting to get like, oh, yes, we're done, we're not. Yeah. Sorry about that, because we already know how much x equals, right? So we take the other line that we haven't used yet, but so it is like 6x plus 7 equals y, right? And then we copy the bottom line, equals 3, like that, right? But here's the thing: if it were just like, actually we get rid of that 6x and replace it with a 3. Technically, if it were a 1x, then we'd replace it with a 3. But since it is a 6x, we have to get 6 3's and add them together, okay? So we just get rid of that 6x, and now we have 18, right? That's 18 here, and now it's just very simple. Ooh la la! Just one more step. We're almost done. Come on. It is 25 equals y. Oops. Up to this point, you already are done. But if you want to, you could switch that y and the actual number around, because if you don't like this and you want it to be like this and you don't like this, then or if you don't like this, then actually you could switch it around. But anyways, we have the answers here. X and Y. And these can be used for coordinates. People use math is in everyday life. And now we're done. Fireworks. More fireworks. Whoop. And now I'm going to give you 3 seconds before I throw the math out the window. 3, 2, 1.